Hello everyone, I'm Terry.
And I'm Angel.
And today we're going to whip up a delicious whole food plant-based chili and pizza. Our creative director here came downstairs to say, hey honey, I got a great idea. You love that chili I made last time. Why don't we whip that up real quick for dinner? And we're also going to whip up pizza. I'm like, I can't lose.
Sounds good, right?
I'm in.
Oh, thank you. So yes, we are in between a really hectic day, meetings and etc. And we have about 15 or 20 minutes. And so like Terry said, I said, hey, what are we gonna eat? Because we gotta eat. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna whip up the pizzas. We're gonna throw them in the oven. While they're cooking in the oven, we're gonna show you how we make the chili. And then we're gonna be back to work in about 15 or 20 minutes. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna make a bunch of different pizzas, I was thinking. As you know, we love our Joseph's flatbread, which we use for tacos or making veggie sandwiches or any kind of wrap. And we also love the pita. So I'm gonna use both today just to be different. So I'll make a big one that we will share. Gosh, only knows what that will look like. And we will make, we have enough room for this, so maybe that'll be, yeah, because then it'll be plenty, right? And then we can have some salads. Okay, so there is a pizza sauce that I do like that we use that is not homemade. It has no oil in it. So this is called, and I'm gonna butcher the name, Delallo. I get this at the local grocery store, and this one has no oil, so that's why we like it. It's fat-free. And so I am going to use this as my base. Oh, well actually I was telling you that, but I'm actually going to use the stuff that I make homemade as my base. But I do use that because you can make a pizza in 2 minutes flat in between meetings or whatever your day looks like. So I'm just going to put some of this on here and do like that. And then, honey, you want to spread that out for me? Thank you so much. And then another thing that I like to do sometimes is use hummus as a base. So you can either get the Cedars oil-free hummus at Whole Foods, or you can whip up your own. So I made this in probably 2.5 minutes just before we turned on this camera. This is 1 jar of my homemade chickpeas. You can use 1 can, 15-ounce strained or rinse. I used 1 lemon, squeezed the lemon juice in here. And I usually use roasted garlic. I make a bunch of roasted garlic. I keep it on hand, but I happen to be out. It's towards the end of the week. But I did have this garlic paste, so I threw a bunch of this garlic paste in here. That's all that's in here, those 3 ingredients, and I tasted it. Look how creamy it is.
I tasted it too, it's delicious.
It's so good. So I'm gonna use that as the base on at least one of these, because I don't really know what I'm doing yet, honey. I'm just winging it like I always do. And you know what? Somehow it comes out delicious.
Always does, always
so
does.
So we have, that looks delicious. Thank you. So we have tomatoes on here. We have this. Let's save this and see what we're going to do. Well, you know, we could just put tomato on here.
Okay, all right.
We'll put hummus. Okay, so here's what we should do. We should make an Italian one, and I got leftovers from last night. So as you know, we made the pulled pork last night, or the not so pulled pork barbecue. And I have, oh man, that was so good. I mean, woo! So I have some leftovers here. They're cold. They're right out of the fridge. I was just going through my leftovers and I said, what can I do? So what I'm going to do is make one sort of, I don't know, Mexican style, Spanish style pizza. How does that sound, honey?
Sounds delicious.
I was just, I like to dig through my leftovers instead of wasting and saying, you know, what can we do? How can you repurpose it? You can obviously eat it the same way because those street tacos we had last night were
unbelievable.
Oh my gosh, they were so good. I found some leftover corn from the potato bowls that we had one day for lunch. So here's just a little bit of Trader Joe's roasted corn that was frozen that we added some diced jalapenos too. So I thought, wow, that would be a nice combination with the pulled pork, just because we had it in the fridge, and why throw it out? Let's munch out on it, right? Exactly. And then I was thinking we could put maybe a sprinkle of the nacho spice nutritional yeast. That'll be our cheese.
Okay.
Yeah.
Coming
That
together
sounds
really
good.
nice.
And, well, we could put this on the other pizza, but you could also put some maybe chopped,
Peppers.
fresh peppers.
Peppers,
This
yeah.
is what we use for our salads. We had some chopped, but I think I will pass on that for this, and maybe I will just top it. What do you think, with a little bit of the pineapple salsa?
Yeah, it's a great combination.
Top it with that, and then
this is going to be amazing.
I know.
I'm just looking at all the different
It's
flavors
just fun.
come together with the corn and the not so pork barbecue and the salsa.
Yeah, and the point is that you can really do anything with
Absolutely.
this stuff.
And be
So
creative.
let's make this one more traditional Italian style.
Okay.
So we like to buy everything without oil, obviously, but these are, thank you, honey. These are roasted red pepper and oil. The ingredients are roasted red pepper. So these come out of here kind of whole. Terry sliced them up for me.
And that's roasted red pepper. It's without the oil. It's not in oil. I think it's just water. Yep.
Did I say with oil?
Yeah, no big deal.
Oh.
So that's important though, because first couple of times we went to go buy roasted red peppers, they were in oil, and mistakenly, I had bought them. So we don't eat, obviously, no added oil, salt, or sugar. So I had to quickly return those and get the ones in water. So those are the ones you want to look for.
By returning means donate.
Exactly.
So this is looking really good. So I just put some peppers on there.
Mm-hmm.
We love tang, so I wanted to put some of these sweet pepper strips on here. I thought they would be good. So you got roasted red pepper, some sweet pepper strips, and there's no rhyme or reason. Like I said, whatever you like, whatever you have left over in your fridge, throw it on anything and call it pizza. Right? Pizza's good. Yum.
And it's to your liking. It's whatever you like, whatever you enjoy, and to Angel's point, just kind of put it together and
these a little bit of these Greek porcini peppers.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness! So this is kind of Italian style pepper pizza or something, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So that looks pretty good and pretty pickly.
Mm-hmm.
I love things that are pickly like that. I don't know, it just hits my tongue and makes me happy. Okay, and you know what else we're gonna put on here? Some of our white caramelized onion balsamic vinegar.
Okay.
We will sprinkle this on the top.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
Looking good.
That looks
Amazing.
yummy. May I? Thank you, sweetie. And this last one, let's do this. Let's do, as you can see, we're winging it. We have hummus. Let's put some of this garlic. So we'll do garlic and hummus. Almost like a white pizza.
Yeah.
Did you see the amount of garlic I put on there? Plus the garlic that we have in the hummus.
That's
We
gonna be
love
so
garlic.
It's gonna be so good.
All right, so we'll do that. And we will put, this is gonna be pretty plain. Is there something else you'd like to put on here?
Why don't you put maybe some peppers, maybe?
Put a little bit of our onion, and we roast onions in the oven as well.
Put some peppers.
Put some,
Yeah,
sure. Just instead of wasting them, put the sweet peppers on here. Absolutely. See, it doesn't matter because we're making our own pizzas. That's a really great ad, honey.
Absolutely.
Look at that.
Absolutely. Looks delicious.
We could put some of these
Yeah, a few of those
fresh bell peppers on here.
Got your sweet, you got your bell. Can't go wrong.
How's that?
Perfect. Perfect.
All right, that looks delicious. All right, let's pop that in the oven.
Okay.
And we will start our chili.
How long should I put it on for me?
We'll just pop it in there. I have it on about 425, and when we're done whipping the chili up, it'll be done. I'd say 5 to 8 minutes or something, okay? All right, we're gonna whip up some chili. In starting the chili, we don't have many ingredients. I make so many different iterations of chili. Sometimes I put sweet potato. Sometimes I put butternut squash. Sometimes this, sometimes that. It all just depends on how we're feeling that day. One thing that we do love is to have chili around. Because when you have chili around, we eat it like we're gonna eat it tonight, Terry's favorite way, with cornbread.
This was the best. Oh my God.
But you love cornbread,
Oh,
honey.
I do.
So tonight we'll make cornbread and we'll have it with this. However, this is great over rice. I make the rice in the Instant Pot with a little bit of better than bouillon. I also like to have a little chickpeas in there, and we make this. Or we have it on potato bowls.
You can't go wrong.
I mean,
it's a win-win combination, whichever way you go.
Exactly, and we use it over and over and over again. So we love to make it. The last time I made it a couple weeks ago, Terry said, "What did you put in here? This is a winner." So I'm doing the same thing. I said, "Let me write it down because I'll forget." So 2 cans of drained and rinsed black beans, or the black beans that you make yourself if you make your own black beans. So 2 pints or 2 cans, honey.
Okay. I'll do that.
Put those in there for me. I love these diced and fire roasted organic tomatoes with organic green chilies that I get at Trader Joe's. I know you're surprised, Trader Joe's. They were out of these for a little while and I freaked out. They have them at other stores, but I love these. So I put 3 cans of these in here. Juice and all, I just dumped them right in to the crock pot. So 1, 2, 3. So 3 cans. And you're doing a great job with the beans. Thank you. So
Thanks,
I
honey.
usually can buy a 20-ounce fresh butternut squash already chopped up at Trader Joe's. I can also find the same thing at BJ's. For some reason, for the past couple of weekends, I went shopping and we couldn't find it. So I said, well, I'm not going another week without making this chili because we use it for lunches and things. It really comes in handy. So believe it or not, I had a tip that you can buy some oil-free things, etc. at Aldi. So we swung by Aldi this weekend and they had this steamable butternut squash, organic, okay, 10-ounce bag, already chopped up into bite-sized chunks. Look at this.
Wow.
And I bought 2 bags, so there's my 20 ounces of butternut squash. Because when I buy the butternut squash already cubed, I do break it up into small bite-sized pieces. So here's 20 ounces of frozen, or you can use the fresh, or you can buy a fresh one and not be like me, but I'm always rushing.
Cube it up yourself.
And cube it up yourself. I do that as well. The only spices I add in here are, as you know, my favorite, no sugar added, rib rack, barbecue rub. I put 1 tablespoon of this in here. And I put 1 tablespoon of my very favorite nacho spice, nutritional yeast. Yum, yum, yum. It makes things creamy. And then, of course, what would life be without our chili powder?
Exactly.
And because there's a lot of chili and tomatoes and stuff in here, I do use a 1/4 cup of chili powder. It sounds like a lot, but it's really, really good.
And it comes together amazing.
So I don't know if you can tell how bad Terry and I are sweating, but we're done. That's the chili.
Well, that was a lot of hard work.
That was a lot of hard work. That's our chili for tonight. I'm gonna put this on low and I'll set it for several hours. And when we're ready to have dinner at whatever time it is tonight, 6, 7, 8, sometimes it gets later, but I don't want to admit it, we'll come and this will be done. And that's just as simple as that. Here's what it looks like.
Look how delicious that looks.
And it just has such a wonderful taste. Like I said, tonight we're gonna pair this with cornbread and we'll be all set. So, we're gonna show you our pizza.
Oh
There
my
you
God.
go.
Look at that. It all looks so good.
Perfect. So, I can tell you that my Italian great-grandmother cut everything with scissors, especially pizza. My Italian grandmother did, and my mother does. So cutting pizza with scissors is essential. You see I keep this on here. These are my clean scissors. I cut fresh basil with these, a lot of fresh veggies, a lot of stuff. These kitchen shears are incredible. So this, we had a parchment line sheet in case I didn't tell you because I was in such a hurry, but
And it comes right off.
here's our leftover, not so pulled pork barbecue with our leftover corn and et cetera, et cetera. So I'm gonna cut this with a scissor. Look how that works out.
Wow.
These grandmothers know what they're doing. You know, you sit here with the pizza cutter and you're like, so anyway, no pizza cutter here. I learned from my...
And it looks so easy.
My long line of grandmothers and mother. So here's for you, sweetie. And I am gonna give you one of the, just the one we did with the hummus base and the, man, this is gonna be so good.
We had the fresh peppers, we had the sweet peppers,
the
garlic base, and the hummus. Oh.
Try that.
Okay.
And then we are going to try our just traditional tomato pizza, which I thought it burned, but it didn't.
No, it didn't. Just crispy around the edges, but tastes good.
But you see how quick we made that. I mean, unbelievable. So I'm gonna.
Which one are we gonna taste first?
Let's try the leftovers, sort of Spanish-inspired pizza.
Okay. Salud. You can eat over my plate if you want.
I like it with the corn.
Delicious. With the corn and the nacho pulled pork barbecue. Oh my God, it tastes so good. With the tomato paste with this one, correct? With the tomato paste.
Happy.
So good.
Happy.
So good.
I'm dying to try this garlic one.
Okay, let's see.
I'm not even coming up for air. Yum, let's do it.
Wow.
Oh
that
my
garlic
goodness.
That garlic is so fresh, and the hummus. The hummus was freshly made as well, but oh my God, the peppers.
Wow.
Just all comes together.
Oh wow.
Well, guys.
I'm so impressed.
Let me grab you a napkin, sweetie.
I don't know if you noticed, I'm the messy one.
Here you go, babe.
Thank you, honey.
You guys do not know what you're missing. You have got to try this recipe. Like Angel said, you can come together with your own combinations. You can put them together on your flatbread, anything that you like. You may like different vegetables or a bit different base, but you can't go wrong. You can't go wrong.
You could not go wrong. And you could put, you know what you could put on this?
What?
Red pepper flake.
Oh yeah? Yeah, you're
on
right.
your
Yeah.
Terry doesn't eat this grated Parmesan plant-based Go Veggie because it does have 1 gram of fat in it. But I do sometimes eat it on my pizza, and because Terry doesn't get offended by it, I go ahead and do it. So I think that would be a nice addition to this.
We're gonna try this one?
Yes, we're gonna. Oh man, I'm ready to go wild on these.
Salud.
Salud. I love how.
Wow.
You know what? I love. This is so thin and crispy. It has that traditional. That one's so good. It looks so plain. Like when you look at it, it wasn't
These
as
are all
appealing
delicious. All good.
as these, but
very different and distinct in their own taste. Wow. Very good. Nice job, babe.
Thank you
Nice
for your
job.
help. And then we're gonna eat all of this pizza and maybe more. Who knows? With some salads. Pizza and salad goes great together today. And then we'll see you later.
We test
Show
out
you
our
how
chili.
we do our
All
chili.
right. Love you guys. Take
Have
care.
a great rest of your day.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hello, everybody. We are back, and our homemade chili is done. I can smell it. It smells so good.
I know. And our corn muffins. I don't know if you can see them, and I just took them out of the oven, so I'm taking a little chance here, but
There is one missing.
yeah, we won't talk about that one. Yummy! So I make these little ones, and I do make, is it hot? It's a little bit warm. I do make these big ones as well because I like things really, really crispy. And when you have things like this in a small area, the whole thing gets really crispy. And then, you know, Terry, he likes his a little less crispy, but you like crispy too, right?
Crispy.
Okay.
It's all good, so.
We are ready. So the chili, oh my goodness gracious.
Looks good.
Man, it was a long day. Wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
I know. So, look at that. And it just
Salud.
smells so good. So we got some pretty, sure, honey, thank you.
I'll hold the bowl.
Some pretty bowls that we thought would be festive and Southwest sort of style.
Okay.
Is that enough for now?
That is enough.
Okay, perfect. And we'll put some more. Maybe
God, it
it's easier
smells
if I do
delicious.
this, honey.
Smells delicious. The aroma.
There we go. Okay.
Cool.
Smellogram. And tonight we are going to pair this with, I said to Terry, what veggie are we going to have? He said salad. I said, enough salad today. So he'll probably go back and have a salad. But we put, I put beets. They're only pickled beets and onions, no oil. And I did green beans tonight with waxed beans. So a little bit of a mixture, something different. I promise you when I turn this camera off, Terry will be making this up. But that's okay. So we're going to pair that with that. I am going to pull some of these. I don't, obviously, you know already, I don't put oil in my pan. So I'll show you how I get them out. Honey, this isn't too hot. So I just take a little knife and I just work it around here and they pop right up. You don't need oil.
Yes, that's a myth, you know, that you need oil for this stuff not to stick. It's a non-stick. It's a non-stick muffin pan, obviously, but you just pop right out.
Tell me that doesn't look delicious. Look at that.
Tell them what you made to make it, sweetie.
So it's smoking. Yummy, yummy. I want to eat it. So how do I make these? Thank you, sweetheart.
Yep.
I make these with cornmeal, and I also mix equal parts of cornmeal with equal parts of oat flour. You can use any kind of flour you want, whole wheat, or you know, if you use all-purpose flour. I usually don't, but I figure, hey, a whole nother cup of oats for Terry today. Yay! So I use oat flour and the cornmeal. I use whole kernel corn and I just drop it in there. I do use corn out of a can. Obviously, I rinse it and I drain it really, really well, or rinse it really, really well. And I use applesauce instead of oil. I use a little bit of maple syrup because Terry likes his cornbread a little bit sweet. Not a lot of sweet, just a little bit of sweet. And I do use baking powder because they puff up. They get nice and round on the top. So I use baking powder, the low sodium kind, and I use plant milk. Today, because I knew we were having it with chili, I added a little bit, 2 small teaspoons of diced and chopped jalapenos out of the jar, the pickled ones. So I added those.
The taste and the texture of the cornbread is unbelievable. It's so delicious. We used to use Jiffy corn mix.
Oh yeah.
A lot of sugar, oil, and just not good for you. So this has no sugar, no oil. Again, Angel sweetened it up a little bit with the maple syrup, but it's delicious.
We couldn't believe when we first started looking, because Terry said, well, now that we're eating bread and stuff, can I have cornbread? And I was like, absolutely. And so we started looking at some of those old things that we were buying, and to Terry's point, that mix is so bad for you. So we have perfected this over time, and I just can hardly wait to taste it. So I put my cornbread right in the bowl, and then I just take little pieces of cornbread with the chili. Like I said, you can eat this with, it's steaming. You can eat this with rice or over potatoes or anything. You can make, you can make burritos out of this if you wanted to.
Absolutely.
All right, do you have a little piece of, you need a little piece of the butternut squash on there.
Sure do.
Oh, and the cornbread. See? Oh, yes, yes.
Salud.
Oh, you're not.
So delicious. Thank you, honey. Wow, that's so good. Thank you so much.
Comforting. As I've told you, I don't like things really, really hot. I taste a little bite on my tongue. Just a little bit. But even if you don't like things warm, this is perfect. And this cornbread is
it's unbelievable. I like the big ones too.
Good. I mean, I'm going to give you the recipe for this cornbread. I'm being so rude. In the description box, along with the recipe, the really hard recipe as you saw for the chili. The chili is delicious.
It's unbelievable.
And
so hearty, tangy, tasty.
I just want to eat. It's comforting. It
Very
warms you up. Ooh, yummy. And we have all this left. Well, this won't be enough. We'll come back for seconds. But we'll have plenty left to have something tomorrow for either lunch or leftovers or what have you. But
Absolutely.
we'll have this with this. Terry will have the salad too, I'm quite sure. And we'll eat lots of cornbread and enjoy it. And if you like what we're doing here, subscribe to our channel.
Let us know. We'd love to hear.
Absolutely. Have a great evening, everyone.
Take care. Love you guys.
Love you guys. Bye.
Bye.